Mayor Kevin Faulconer is about to conduct his daily briefing on the coronavirus here. Let's listen in live.
Stages. And as a result, there is a lot of confusion. So there are 2 points that I really want every San Diegan to know. First, San Diego County and the entire county has really been working diligently and has safe plans for reopening, plans that protect employees and plans that protect workers. This plan covers many parts of our economy, including many parts that are not open yet, like dining restaurants, barber, hair and nail salons, and most offices. This is not a plan for businesses to return to normal. It's a plan for how business will operate in this new normal, with things like physical distancing, frequent cleanings, and limited occupancy. That leads to the second point that I think every San Diegan should know. We are still under very strict set of mandates set by the governor. So strict, in fact, that the LA Times analysis released today shows that 95% of Californians live in counties that cannot currently meet these standards. One of these requirements is no deaths over a 14-day period. As we heard our San Diego County's Dr. McDonald say earlier today, it will be very difficult for us to reach a point where there are no deaths from this disease anytime in the near future. So under the current state mandates, it could be a while until many parts of our economy are allowed to reopen. So I urge our governor to revisit and reconsider these current requirements, because under them, San Diego cannot take the next step in a safe reopening that all of us have been working so very, very hard, all cities and all counties. And I thank you to all of my partners for working very closely together on a San Diego County framework that I think will serve all of us well and serve us well safely. Today, I'd like to provide a few updates. First, it's a very important partnership that will help workers as we start to reopen parts of the economy. Second, as we regularly do, I'd like to highlight the work that San Diegans are doing to step up to help those who are in need. Topic number one, and a very important topic, is expanding child care for our frontline workers. We have talked a lot about this week, about what our region is doing to prepare to reopen the economy safely and strategically, working together with our county health officials and our board of supervisors and our public safety leaders across the region. We've developed a safe and responsible plan together to reopen our parks and beaches while protecting public health. And we have developed a safe and responsible plan to reactivate our local economy, led by small businesses, to get our people back to work. And it's a plan that is becoming a model and a framework that other counties are looking at throughout the state. But there's another critical part that we need to address. Our economy, of course, is powered by people with families, people with children. And that's why child care is economic development. You cannot have one without the other. So today we are very proud to announce that San Diego is expanding child care support for our essential and frontline workers. The city and county are joining forces to deliver $10 million in CARES Act stimulus funding for child care needs. And child care and the economy are fundamentally linked. When parents can access child care, they are more likely to enter the workforce and, of course, to stay employed. School and child care closures have really put an incredible burden on working parents throughout San Diego County. And essential workers with families, medical workers, first responders, and grocery store employees, just to name a few. These frontline workers and more are performing critical functions to help us get through this incredible time in our city's history. And this funding that we are announcing, this very important partnership today, we're going to support them so they keep our communities safe and our families healthy. Eligibility will be prioritized for at-risk individuals and families with disabilities for special health care needs. And the $10 million announced today really is a strong commitment. And I am bringing to the City Council for their support this proposal so these funds can be distributed quickly and help with the reopening of our economy. As I said, there is no economic development without addressing childcare. So on behalf of the City of San Diego, I'm committing this $5 million for essential workers who need childcare. That matches what the County Board of Supervisors approved earlier this week as we work together to address the issues of childcare that many, many San Diego families rely on. And now it's my pleasure to introduce Supervisor Nathan Fletcher. Supervisor Fletcher, thank you for your very important work on this topic and appreciate the action of the Board of Supervisors.
Thank you, Mayor Faulkner, and appreciate our continued cooperation and collaboration between our city government and our county government, whether it's been issues of homelessness, of hand washing stations, of putting together safe reopening plans, or here standing today in unity around the commitment to child care. Our city and county continue to work together and to move together as the public expects us all to do in a time of difficulty and crisis. The reality is we're in the early miles of a marathon when it comes to dealing and tackling with the coronavirus challenge that we face in the pandemic in front of us. We talk about April being a month of action, and San Diegans stepped up in a huge way. We saw a significant flattening of the curve. We saw tremendous success and progress, which has allowed us to move into May being a month of adapting. As we begin turning the dial to ease things and open things, we have to adapt our way of life in order to contain the spread as we move into a new phase with the same success that we had in previous eras. Those are things like physical distancing and face coverings and hand washing stations. Today, San Diego County and the state of California took a step forward, moving into phase 2 with opening of retail, some manufacturing, logistics, supply, warehouse, and we anticipate additional steps deeper into phase 2 in the coming weeks. But an important part of having people get back to work is ensuring the availability of childcare. At a time when our schools are closed, when grandparents are not the best place for kids to be given their vulnerability because of age, we have to do everything we can to ensure that there are more childcare opportunities available for workers as they go back to work. Earlier this week, as the mayor mentioned, I was proud to bring before the County Board of Supervisors an action for the county to make a $5 million commitment to an incredible and existing child care program to provide vouchers for our workers who are going back into the economy. And to stand here today and have that $5 million now matched by $5 million from the city, one, demonstrates our continued cooperation and work together, but two, demonstrates our joint commitment to help those families know there will be more opportunities available for you for child care in more affordable ways and more affordable settings. And so I'm incredibly grateful for the City of San Diego, for my colleagues on the Board of Supervisors, and for us collectively taking a $10 million commitment to fund this program. Earlier, the state of California made a commitment to this program with millions of dollars in vouchers, and they were gone like that. We know that the demand is there. We know that the need is there. We know that this effort must be one part of a multi-pronged approach to provide more opportunities, more access, more places for parents to be able to put their kids in safe environments, in environments that have been designed with the coronavirus pandemic in mind, and with standards in place to protect them as best as possible. But this effort will go a long way, and so I want to thank the mayor, Councilmember Kate, and the rest of the members of the San Diego County members of the council for their commitment and their continued efforts to get us through this crisis in a smart way, in a strategic way, in a way that recognizes the need of so many. So thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you to everyone here, and I look forward to continuing our collaboration and continuing our progress as a region through this.
Thank you, Supervisor Fletcher, and thank you again for the fact that our cities and our county are working so well together. That is a hallmark that we look to with a lot of pride as we continue to do a lot of important work together. Next up from our San Diego City Council, Councilmember Chris Cate, and Councilmember Cate, who's been a very outspoken advocate in the area of child care. Councilmember Cate, please come up and say a few words.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and good afternoon, everybody. The need for child care is critical for workers who are on the front lines of the COVID-19 crisis, especially our healthcare workers. They need to do their jobs at full productivity, despite the shutdown of schools and some child care centers. As chair of our city's Economic Development Committee, and a father of two, access to quality childcare is one of my top priorities. Last month, Councilmember Ward, Councilmember Montgomery, and myself sent a letter to the county urging them to allocate funding to provide up to 3,000 essential workers with childcare. Earlier this week, the County Board of Supervisors unanimously voted to approve this request and allocate the $5 million in CARES Act funding to make emergency childcare vouchers available to essential frontline workers and families. And I want to thank Supervisor Fletcher for bringing this issue to the board for their consideration. But the city is needed to match that amount. Following the county's vote, our office asked the mayor to allocate $5 million in CARES Act funding to ensure that essential workers and families have access to these child care vouchers. And I am pleased to stand here today to announce that funding by the city and thank Mayor Faulkner for his leadership in this effort. According to the San Diego Workforce Partnership's Workforce Plus Child Care report, 70% of San Diego families with children under 12 with both parents in the household are working. I am part of that 70%. Today's allocation might not help all, but will help many. I want to thank all the child care advocates for helping to make this possible. This includes many organizations, but I want to thank in particular the San Diego Workforce Partnership and the YMCA. Together, we will continue to take action and make conscious steps to reopening and recovering San Diego. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Councilmember. Again, thank you for your help and your leadership, and looking forward to strong support for all of our colleagues on the City Council. Finally, today, in today's update, our continued efforts to highlight San Diegans that are stepping up in this time of very great need. We're a little over a week into required face coverings when you're outdoors. And with that, we have seen more and more San Diegans in need of a homemade face mask to help stop the spread of COVID-19, and to reserve the medical grade PPE for our healthcare workers. Today I'd like to highlight one of the nonprofits whose efforts are really keeping San Diegans safe and healthier. The Little Saigon Foundation typically helps bolster the revitalization and the rebranding of the Little Saigon district in City Heights. But as this virus began to take hold, the Little Saigon Foundation stepped up. They created a network where their members combining their talents to protect their community. With donated materials, members of the Little Saigon Foundation began sewing and creating nearly 25,000 masks to donate. These masks are reusable, washable, and they are completely free of charge. The foundation is giving away about 1,000 masks a day. So thank you to the Little Saigon Foundation and to all of its members who are working tirelessly to keep our city safe and healthy with these homemade face coverings. On your screen now, you'll see the contact information for the foundation if you are in need of a mask. These masks are making a difference. And again, the best part is they are free. Thank you to all of them. Thank you to all San Diegans for your continued support, for your continued heeding of all of the stay-at-home order requirements. We will get through this together as one city and as one region. And with that, I'd be happy to take questions from any members of the media.
And today's first question comes from Anthony Pura with ABC 10 News.
Hello, Anthony.
Hello, Mayor. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. So my question today is about Sunset Cliffs.
Yeah.
Councilmember Jennifer Campbell is asking that Sunset Cliffs be closed because the crowds there are not following public health orders. So my question's in two parts. First, how seriously is the city taking this request to close down Sunset Cliffs? And second, is there any other alternatives that the city is looking into if people continue to break public health orders?
Yeah, no, I appreciate that question. And at one of our updates earlier this week, I think you heard Chief Nisleit asking the public to comply, particularly when it came to Sunset Cliffs. Folks going out at night is where the real issues are, watching the bioluminescence. We have seen a lot more compliance, but it hasn't been enough. We've sent extra officers there at night. I think the message is getting out. I want to reinforce and reiterate We have to follow those social distancing requirements. I know folks wanted to go out, still want to go out and see some of the bioluminescence. It's dwindling a little bit, and I think that's helped reduce some of the crowds. But our officers are going to be out there and going to make sure that we're having that enforcement and compliance. I think over the last couple nights, it's been better. But again, we're urging all San Diegans to comply. Please help us out, and please help our officers out there at night.
And the next question comes from Caitlin Daigle with KUSI News.
Hello, Caitlin.
When will boardwalks and parking lots be opened now that we are in phase 2?
Yeah, as we were just talking about, the San Diegans have done a really good job on the beaches. Thank you. Last weekend was a good weekend, our first weekend open. This will be another important weekend to make sure that we are practicing all of the right things when it comes to being out on the water. So you can swim, you can surf, you can run and walk on the beach, but no sitting down. Last weekend was a really good test. I'm cautiously optimistic that this weekend, San Diegans are again going to do the right thing. As we continue to do that, as we show that we can follow all of those guidelines and do the right things, that allows us to turn the dial, obviously, to have other openings in other parts of Mission Bay and the boardwalk. But we need a couple of weeks under our belt to demonstrate that we can do that, continue to do that. And again, I will thank San Diegans because what we saw last weekend was people out there enjoying themselves, getting that recreation, but following the rules. We are a model for cities across the state. It's the way we developed this plan and the way that San Diegans are adhering to it. So thank you. Let's keep it up this weekend, and that will allow us to open other elements in the near future, like boardwalks and other parts. Thank you. That was our last question. With that, again, I want to thank all San Diegans. Stay safe and healthy. Comply with all the rules this weekend. I want to thank Supervisor Fletcher and Councilmember Chris Cate for their help and leadership on a very important announcement today on childcare. And with that, I look forward to seeing everybody next week. Thank you.